Bare necessities, simple bare necessities. Do, 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 do. It's a whole comedy bit from Emo Phillips about two guys that meet on a bridge, and you get to talking, and one of them says, "Oh, I'm from West Baptist Church," and the other guy goes, "Oh, I'm from West Baptist Church. Oh, that's amazing. Which West Baptist Church? You a New Reformation or Old Reformation?" "Oh, I'm New Reformation." "Oh, I'm New Reformation as well. Are you West Baptist Church New Reformation being taught by so and so?" And he said, "No, I'm West Baptist Church New Reformation being taught by so and so." And the other guy goes, "Heretic!" And he pushes him off a bridge. In other words, they're about 99.9% close, and yet they, of course, made enemies out of each other, and one guy pushed the other one off the bridge. That's not exactly how the comedy bit goes, but it's essentially like that. It actually goes on and on and on until they just find a hair's worth of difference between the both of them, and that's when they, of course, become enemies. This is the case with religion, unfortunately. This is why I don't touch religion. Religion is secularized metaphysics, and unfortunately. I wanted to talk about actual metaphysics. I keep getting asked that question, what genuine metaphysics actually is. By the way, college metaphysics, and I spent many years in college, is of course nothing more than epistemology. Traditional metaphysics is about possibility of being and non-being, or what is non-being and being, specifically ontology and cosmology. True metaphysics is Sophia Perennis, or Sanatana Dharma, if you're familiar with Sanskrit. Perennial philosophy, in other words, the underlying truth under all things. Kind of like you can make a million different cakes if you have base ingredients such as flour, eggs, and sugar, right? True metaphysics would be about the flour, eggs, and the sugar, not the million different types of cakes and different things. Like, well, it's chocolate cake, I hate chocolate cake, and it's like people talking about and identifying with different religions, different belief systems. And of course, I'm never interested in belief systems. This is the reason for 99.9% of the world's strife, is a worry about beliefs. I believe. Nothing good ever comes after the words, "I believe." You know, I believe. That's wonderful. What do you believe? Do you believe like I believe? Because if you don't believe like I believe, then you're a heretic, and I'm going to hate you. Burn your house down. or worse, right? So, perennial philosophy. True metaphysics is about the ultimate quest for truth and order in the cosmos and knowing about fundamental principles. It's all about the foundation. When it comes to constructing a house, of course, we have different people. We have masonry people. We have foundation people. What's important are the foundation folk. They come out, they set the rebar, they pour the concrete. It could be a different footprint. It could be the same footprint. You can build a different house upon it. But it's about what the foundation is. Without a good foundation, the house, of course, is garbage. Everybody's picking over the design and layout of the house, what color the drapes are. In the scheme of things, since life is short and full of misery and suffering, none of these things are important. Perennial philosophy or true metaphysics is about the foundation of things, getting to the heart of that and making that one's understanding, not for coming to a belief about things or trying to express an opinion about something, but being interested in the truth. Setting yourself aside. Everybody's interested in their beliefs and their views. Nobody is their beliefs. This is incredibly important, and you're not taught this stuff in high school or college. Beliefs are the enemy of facts, logic, and wisdom. So, the ultimate quest for truth and order of the cosmos and the foundation of things. True metaphysics, of course, is independent of conduct and ethics. This is the realm of beliefs and religions, and the Pharisees, external trappings of beliefs, robes, churches, icons, and iconography. Of course, countless beliefs and delusions of the mere mortals. and the countless beliefs of every single mortal, even if they're following the same religion, for example. Belief, of course, is always the enemy of wisdom. People don't realize this. They fail to identify it, unfortunately. So it's not a matter of doxa or opinions of great thinkers. A metaphysician is quick to dismiss the navel-gazings of lesser fools, like, and this is a short list. I'm sure you like some of these people, and that's going to offend you when I mention their names, but my response to that is that I don't care. People like Kung, excuse me, still suffering from the flu here, all choked up. Carl Jung, Jida Krishnamurti, G.R.S. Mead, Rene Guénon, Kant, Hume, Hegel, Schopenhauer, Joseph Campbell. As Plato says, why pay attention to the inferior philosophers? Nothing, of course, is known except the modality of the knower, as I've said. So seeing rightly the universal truth of all beings, whether their vision be clear or very occluded, are all pointing at exactly the same truth, even if extremely indirectly. Even evil people, are pointing at the truth, but not pointing at the truth directly, and their great delusion and occlusion of vision, lack of wisdom, even if wisdom and knowledge, you can actually see through them. A true detective, when listening to a criminal, is not actually listening so much to what they're saying, but what they're avoiding saying and what they're not discussing. So, the compass of truth is always pointing the right direction. This is very, very important. All points on the compass of truth regarding other human beings is always pointing true. Having clarity of vision, of course, and wisdom to know the true north of where somebody is either trying to direct you or what they're telling you believe in is due to their ignorances or lack thereof to a greater or lesser degree, also to their belief systems, the things they were told to believe in, and of course, once again, nothing is known except through the modality of the knower. We could all be looking at the exact same building, but if someone's on the shadow side, they're going to describe it completely different than somebody that's sitting on the illuminated side of the building. Metaphysics is always about unification and foundations. This is how, also too, a part of retroductive methodology, the lost secret of the Pythagoreans and the Platonists, you can actually come to the great answers of things. As I've said before many countless times, there's ever only been two foundations of ultimate cosmic reality ever postulated. One has been what I call the cult of bumping particles, i.e. atomism, and the other one is based in the ether. There's never been anything other than those two postulated. There never has. There's only ever been atoms and the ether. There's never been a third foundation postulated. Can't explain the universe with atoms. Can't explain instantaneous action at a distance with atoms. Same is true of the fundamental errors of creationism. I don't care what people believe. People's like, well, haven't you read the Bible? It's like, yes, I have. I mean, it's full of a lot of truths. Creationism fundamentally is flawed. The idea of original sin, the prima causa, first sin, original cause, is a fundamental fallacy. We don't know where originally this came from, since our history only goes back so far, and it barely goes back to ancient Persia. And of course, history extends infinitely further than that. But this Abrahamic ideal of original sin, or first cause, or prima causa, is completely foreign and antithetical to metaphysics and Sophia Perennis. But whether people agree with that or not doesn't matter to me, because I don't care in anybody's belief systems, nor do I even care about my own. A true metaphysician, a truth seeker, is interested in the fundamental nature of things, whether it agrees with that person's beliefs, convictions, feelings, presuppositions, or not. So these faiths and morals and dogmas and belief things are, of course, the playthings of fools and children. I have no interest in feeding that within others, and I certainly have no interest in feeding it of myself, either figuratively or literally. People talk about worldly wisdom. Worldly wisdom is not wisdom, but episteme, empirical knowledge. Some of the most evil people on earth have extremely high IQs. Every evil person you could point to throughout history has been highly intelligent, yet incredibly unwise. Wisdom is just a conceptual BS term invented by humans ages and ages ago to refer to self-proximity. Metaphysics is the path of self-proximity. And of course, self-proximity, of course, is liberation, the removal of that extrinsic attribute, which is the source of suffering, perpetuation both within, upon yourself, and upon others, and seeing correctly how to eliminate it. Metaphysica. The cosmos is not twofold. The cosmos noetos and the cosmos athitos. The aesthetic cosmos, i.e. the material universe, and the metaphysical universe, the cosmos noetica. The two flip sides of the coin is, it was an investment guy who actually said it, and he didn't know he was actually making reference to metaphysics. He says there's three sides to every coin. There's the head, the tail, and the edge. He was actually giving his, I think it was Robert Kiyosaki. He was actually saying his teachings on how, to survive in a bear economy or a bull economy was not to be focused on the head or the tail, but on the edge. And he said he lived on the edge. In other words, he could take advantage of a boom or a bust. And he was actually talking about bear economies where he made the most money, like the last in 2008. The same is true of metaphysics. Not interested in the heads or the tail. I'm interested in the silver, the fundamental substrate of the impression of which makes up ultimate reality. These are not two different things. There are no dualities in nature. You can't actually be a true metaphysician and say something as stupid or as ignorant as, or give confirmation or credence to ideas of duality, natura naturans, or Mother Nature. So the question then becomes, what is genuine metaphysics? It is the selfless quest for truth and the ultimate nature of reality that is the substrate behind, underneath, and below all beliefs, dogmas, convictions, religions, moralisms, belief systems, especially all belief systems, because you are not your belief. You could believe a million different things, and you could get in a car accident and it could scramble your brain. You think that which is most high, which of course would be lost in an instant in a car accident, is anyhow powerful or important? The answer is no. One of the lowest forms of empirical knowledge is a silly belief system. These are based upon what you're taught to believe, feel about certain things, the convictions that you have. It's a little dresser drawer full of bric-a-brac and crap, kind of like all the various forms of crap I have on this table here, silly little tools I'll use for like demonstration purposes. These mean nothing. People think, well, that guy's a shtick, he's always like pulling out his fake pipe or pointing to like a lead ball or something. It's just these accoutrements that have nothing to do with who I am, what I understand, and what's important in life. Because all this stuff could be gone in an instant. It could be gone and could be stolen. Can't take it with me when I die. You can't take a belief system which is Cartesian in nature. It exists within the conscious being. Yeah. That conscious being doesn't transcend death. Death is the breakup between body and spirit. Those belief systems vanish like a fart in the wind as soon as anybody dies. Why did you cherish that? This is what I believe, and if you don't believe what I believe, then I hate you. People, this is antithetical to what actual metaphysics is. People don't realize this. There's a reason why retroduction is the lost methodology of the Pythagoreans. Nobody thinks like this. No one has ever taught you to reject belief systems, to reject, superficial empiricism and dogmatic things that you were taught to believe or believe against, which is just another modality of belief. I believe this, but I don't believe that. Well, all the things that you don't believe in and hate are just also too part of your belief system. And ultimately as irrelevant as the things that you do believe in. Neither one has more value, the stuff that you don't believe in and the stuff that you do believe in, all which comprise a conglomeration of ignorances, which don't transcend death, have nothing to do with wisdom, a fancy word for self-proximity. People are like, what? I've been asked this before in live stream and other places. What is self-proximity? Well, what's the opposite of dilution? what would self-proximity be? It's the self that seeks itself. Wisdom's goal is the self. That would be self with a capital S. Not the self with a small s. The small s self is that psychophysical heap of form and phenomena that you see in the mirror when you brush your teeth. Metaphysics is the quest for ultimate truth and the foundations of the universe, transcending belief, views, opinions, concepts, morals, denotations and connotations which are built up in our mind, which are nothing other than a clogged crapper pipe as far as the plumbing of your spirituality, which is exactly what it is. You know, a clog in your crapper pipe. Except regarding you as a human being. It prevents you from having clear understanding, or in the case of your house, it prevents you from having a good flush. You know, your toilet backflows, or your tub won't drain. You have the exact same thing. It's just clogs in in the pipe of your understanding. There are nothing but impediments to it. You're taught to feel, think, and believe these things, and you are your beliefs and your concepts and your rules and your ideas about morality and conduct and action and agencyship, and complete confusion between knowledge and wisdom, your complete antipathy towards genuine understanding, substrate ontology, okay? Not the things, well, so-and-so said, Kant said, or Hegel said, or Hume said, or Krishnamurti, or any one of these other knuckle-dragging fools. You're just parroting the beliefs. I mean, that's even worse than your beliefs, by the way. I forgot to mention. You're just parroting somebody else's beliefs. It's like you're too stupid to have your own. You got to parrot some other idiot's beliefs. Why not make them yours? Not the beliefs. Make understanding yours. Transcending not only other people's beliefs, but also to your own. It's like, what if I was really, really, really interested, not what anybody told me to believe in, or even my own beliefs, but interested in ultimate reality, the fundamental substrate of phenomena. I'm not interested in either the head side or the tail side, physics and metaphysics of this universe. I'm interested in the third side of the coin, which is the edge. Coin has three sides, a head, a tail, and an edge. Really, there should be a fourth side, which is not a side at all, which would be the silver. It would be ageometrical. It would be the substrate of both the head, the tail, and the edge, wouldn't it? It would be the actual silver. A true metaphysician is not even interested in the heads, the tails, or the edge, the three sides of the coin. To quote Robert Kiyosaki on his investment philosophy about investing. It's about the silver, not about the head or the tail. That is what true metaphysics is. Only interested in truth for the sake of truth. Wisdom is its own reward, because wisdom is self-proximity, and it is the ultimate fruit, goal, and end of road of all metaphysics. Always has been, always will be. And the lost methodology thereof is retroduction vis-a-vis the Pythagoreans, and who knows before them. It certainly didn't originate with Pythagoras. We just have no way of knowing how much further back it goes. I'm sure it goes back a lot further than that, but we'll never know, lacking a time machine. So this is what actual metaphysics is. Transcendence of beliefs, feelings, convictions, dogma, especially religion, your own convictions, your own doxa, your own episteme. It's not about gathering facts. Episteme, empirical facts. That's wonderful. There's a difference between empirical objective facts and the ontological substrate of the entire universe, and what the nature of the silver, if you will, of phenomena and noumena are. Like, I want to know the substrate of phenomena and the noumena. I want to know what the silver of the coinage is. We can sit here all day talking about the head side and the tail side, which is best, which is worse, which one do you believe in? It's like, I'm not interested in any of that crap. I'm interested in the actual silver. The same silver that's used to back glass to make up a mirror to actually see yourself. Not the self that you see in the mirror, but the self that's beyond that self in the mirror. So this is what genuine metaphysics actually is, vis-a-vis the Pythagoreans and the Neoplatonists. They didn't call themselves Neoplatonists back then. There's no difference between a Pythagorean and a Neoplatonist and a Platonist. These are just different aspects of one and the same system of monistic monism, i.e. emanationism. Or in the Greek, the term is prohodos. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays to you. If you ever want to contact me, my email's in the description below. Big hugs to you. I'm all caught up on my leather work, thank God. Phew. I've been doing a lot of leather work lately. Not as much as I like. Always needed to pay the bills, but is what it is. Happy holidays.